Hi, beautiful Aquarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aquarius, this is your general reading starting today on the 5th of February, but I've set the time frame to somewhere early February till early March of 2021. So I'm just going to dive right in and see what's going on for you for this upcoming time frame. That's way too many cards. I'm going to start over. We're going to get some good foundation here going, and we're going to go deeper into each and every one of those energies. And at the end of this reading, we're going to have a full-on story for you. So it's sort of a little bit of a build-up to really understand what's going on for you. So you can go on this little energy journey with me, if you will. Aquarius for the upcoming time frame. And of course, I don't know if every single planet is still in your sign. I think it is. Like there's so much activity in your sign. So I understand if you feel a little bit charged, if you will. Aquarius, Aquarius. There you go. Breathe. Just breathe through it all. And building blocks 28 and 29. I'm gonna go another round here. A leg up. There you go. 34th, then jumping to 44. So interesting numerology wise here. Okay, so I'm actually going to read out. I rarely read out from the books because I just like to intuitively just be given the messages straight to me, and then I'm using the images here just to have fun, basically. There's something about it today that, like, I don't do reversals. It's just not like... So this building blocks comes out, and it came out in the reversed. And to me, it's reversed. I need to put it like so I can see it. But today there's something about reading from the book and having the reversed message being given to you. So we're going to see what that is about. And like a little bit of, okay, first it looked like we're going backwards because we have 29 and then we come to 28. But then we have 34 going to 44. So like at first glance, we thought we were moving backwards. It's almost like, am I back here? What is going on? To then go a little bit of a jump into the future to 34, and to then have a really big, almost like a quantum leap from 34 to 44. Big changes happening there. So we're going to see what that is about. Well, we'll start with this, 29. Add those up, we have a number 11. So there's a portal situation here for you, which means there's an opportunity in your life right now where you can step through this door. You can step through this portal that's going to lead to something new. The breathe card is basically my meditation card to just really be still, connect in with yourself. And if you literally want to sit down and meditate, or like take a walk in nature, or be around like kids or animals, or any type of energy that really connects you with yourself. Like I said, we're going to find out more about these cards, what's going on here. Building blocks. So this is usually, this is, and we have a number, this is usually something where you build yourself from the ground up and you're building something profound. There's something around this though that we're going to read out from the book. 28 there, adding those up, we have a number 10. So we first have 11 and then we have 10. So again, it's like a little bit of a going backwards, but it's still 11 is a beautiful new opportunity, and 10 is a completion. We've done this now. It's a completion. It's time to move on. Individually, we have number 2 there, which is communication and conversation in relationships. And number 8 is talking about endless possibilities for you right now. So it's a beautiful energy numerology-wise. And building blocks upside down. I'm going to read it out now. Number 28. I'm still quite new to this deck, so just bear with me here. Although this one went really fast. So it's called a protection message. In this book, it's called a protection message when it comes out like upside down like this. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundations of your life. Perhaps your values have changed, and it is time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Wow. Or perhaps you chose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces. It really says that. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. Wow. So I understand why I was brought to read out this message for you today. Thank you so much for that guidance. Because this is what I feel. So we had the 29 going to 28. It's like, are we going backwards here? You're so an Aquarius, you're Aquarius. You're blazing a new trail. You're the trailblazer. You're the first in line. Everything new that has some sort of, this is new in the world, probably has some sort of Aquarian influence somewhere. And this is about, I started out saying every planet is still in your sign. Like, so much is shining on you and your sign at this moment that you sort of cannot continue on in this situation where you don't act, walk, talk your complete authentic self. So I understand why that message came out, that you need to basically toss out whatever doesn't work and building yourself back up. Like it said, like the divine has a blueprint for you that is just gorgeous. I'm actually, if I have enough time then, I'm actually going to put those words into the description box here today. So you can go back and read this card, what I just read from the book, if you want to. It was such a beautiful message there. And then we have a leg up. And I know, Aquarius, you're not keen on asking for help or even receiving help. But with this leg up, it just talks about it's time to perhaps not be such a one-person company. Like a one-person... it feels like you've gone to the end of the road in doing certain things alone. You need to broaden your horizon. We need to incorporate other people. If that is in terms of your job situation, if you're running your own business, if this is there's a lot of Aquarians running their own business because they can't take orders from others. I'm just saying. Anywho, I was like, who's Aquarius? Like, it's like not important. Or if this is you being single and wants to be in a relationship, or you're already in a relationship, in terms of friendships, in terms of whatever this is for you, it's a general reading, so take whatever resonates and that you sort of have your mind on right now. It's time to involve and allow growth where you allow other people to come into your center. It's like you can only take it so far. When you start to grow yourself and you start to grow your business, or you're in this company and you're sort of branching out, at some point you're just not going to be able to do it alone because it's too much to do. And if you're not willing to take it outside yourself or to allow people into your space, at some point you're going to stop grow because it's just it's just it's stopped there, then it's like, then maybe that's why you start to go backwards. You thought you were going to go in one direction, in a good direction, and you thought this is what looks good, but you need to take a closer look at what doesn't work and toss it out and start over and just understand, okay, there's something more beautiful waiting for me, even to the point that Source has a blueprint for me that is so wonderfully organized for me to only just follow the breadcrumbs, and it's going to be so beautiful. And where you feel like it's just understanding, if you have your own business, for instance, you're going to at some point have too much to do, and with, you know, whatever time it is in your day, you're going to have too much to do. So you have to start to delegate, or you have to sort of stop at that point with your business. The same thing in relationships, where it may feel a little bit more tricky, like how do you delegate in relationships? But that's not what I'm talking about. It's like, yeah, you can love and you can love and you can love all you want, but why we're so keen on families and community is because we want to share. We want to expand our heart, and we want to help each other, and we want to support each other. And it's quite boring to be just all by yourself, like completely living single. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being single. I'm single myself. Not saying anything is wrong with that. It's quite lovely to be single, but to have people around you. I have my 2 sons with me at all times. I have an extended family that is like, we spend a lot of time together. And so it's like, and you have your friends and you have your coworkers. It's just a feeling of community. And at some point, you have to start to expand your heart and allow for that community to come in. And I feel like there has been a little bit of a block there. Perhaps you have just, no, I can't even go there. It was like, perhaps you have just opened up fully to like 1 or 2 people. But it's almost like your own, you're very private, and you're very, what is that word? You have huge integrity. So I understand that it takes a little bit for you to open that up, right? But you will be so happy you did. 3 there speaks about passion, creativity, joy, fun, celebration. That's all about coming together with others. And 4, it's a heartfelt matter, and you're laying a new foundation for yourself here. And you are. We saw that. Coming together, we have a number 7, which is a completion. It's time to enjoy what you have created. I see these light beings in the back there as well. So you can have, not only can you get help from your physical friends, but you can have a lot of help from your like non-physical friends as well. A leg up just basically means, so it's not you don't even have to go out and search for these people. If it's relationships, that person is just going to show up for you to allow them into your life. If it's help that you need in terms of your business, the right person at the right time just shows up to help you move forward with your business, or something in a company. If you work in a company, the right, or even in health regime, like you try to create something within your body, the right formula, the right people, the right diet is going to just magically appear as a help for you, as a leg up for you. Receive it, allow it in, Aquarius. And then there's a quantum leap. There was another sign that had a quantum leap as well. I don't remember now. Could have been Libra. I'm not going to swear on it. So yeah. There's a quantum leap here between 34 and 44. That's like 10. So there's a full completion. There's like a completion within the completion, if that makes any sense. There's like if the bigger scheme of things is like your bigger life is a beginning and an end. In the middle of that, we have a clear beginning and an end of something. I'm sorry for being so vague. I just get that it's like, you know what it is. You started something, and you sort of have been somewhat in the same energy. This is your bigger life. This is your life. And then within that life, you started some sort of energy at some point. and you have been living somewhat the same pattern over and over again in terms of relationships, in terms of work, in terms of your health, in terms of your body, in terms of finances, you know, you lived pretty much the same thing over and over again, and then now that's coming to an end. We have a beginning and an end within the beginning and the end that is now coming to an end. And so there's some sort of, it's interesting because that in itself feels like the quantum leap, that you've done such a journey within that journey. But there's also something about putting an end to that is your quantum leap in itself. Putting an end to, if you've been living some sort of dominant vibration, like you've had a pattern, as we all do. You've had a particular pattern. We wake up in the morning, you go up, you get up on the same side of the bed, you take your phone, you take your keys, whatever it is that you're doing, like you do the same thing, the same procedure as every year, James. You go to the bathroom, like everything is to the T exactly the same. Maybe you have the same friends, you go to the same job, you do the same routine, you know, and then all of a sudden that ends. There's something coming in saying this does not work anymore. Time to shift it up. So usually a sane person would say, well, then I'm gonna gonna just start to cut back on those pills that I've been taking, and so that it's sort of comfortable for my body. Then I'm gonna start to cut back on work, like I'm gonna go down to maybe 50% and then maybe 25 and then quit. I'm gonna start to slowly start my new business so that I go down a little bit in my workplace now, and I start my own business here, and I start that up a little bit. You know, there's some sort of petering out, like we're doing it step by step. No, this is like this is a quantum leap. This is a type of, I quit my job. Well, do you have your business up and running? No. I went off the pills completely. Weren't you supposed to like just gradually? Well, no, I don't want to do that. There's like a complete shift in, you decide to go cold turkey. I think that's the expression, which is weird. You decide to go cold turkey. No, I don't even want to think about why it's called cold turkey. It's like getting all these gross images in my head. I'm not gonna go there. You decide to turn on a dime, to do 180. Let's do instead. You just completely, you go in one direction full force, and then you just completely go in the opposite direction. You completely stop it, what you're doing, and changing it. So that's the quantum leap. Maybe you just had enough. Enough is enough. And now you're just doing something completely different. You're understanding that whatever you have done up until this point, it doesn't work anymore. So there's like perhaps a big revelation that you just get, like, okay, I can't continue this, or it's just a big, like, you're so freaking bored out of your mind, or you're just so on the bottom of things that it just doesn't work anymore, and it sort of just dawns on you, okay, I have to do something. There's a little bit of a moment here. Once you're, I feel like this is in the in between. We have the thinker there. And Aquarius, you can be quite the thinker. You can be very much in your mind, thinking everything through. If there's something that is about to happen, you've already had the conversations in your head, even though the other people aren't there yet. You've had the conversation for what you're gonna say, and you've had the conversation for what they're gonna say. You can also have conversations about what people have said in the past. It's like you're a thinker, and you can overdo it sometimes so that it gets a little bit tough and a little bit overwhelming. And I feel like that is where you know exactly what you need to do. You need to shift things around, but perhaps you don't know fully how to go about it to make this change. And I feel like that is where you're at. You've already leveled up, like you just by I see this as like the ground floor, and you've been on the ground, like you've been working on the ground floor for such a long time. And maybe for the longest time you thought there wasn't anything else. And you know, until we know it's something else, we sort of tend to stick with whatever we have, even though it doesn't work. By the sheer wanting on your part to just quit this stuff that doesn't work, you jumped up one level. There's the first quantum leap. You just leaped up to the next level here. But there's more, like we don't even see that. Is that's out of sight here. Whatever is going to come next and next. You leveled up one level here, and you're going to go to the next one. But it's like you're sitting here now and you don't quite know what to do. So we're going to pull cards on this and see. 44 there is like a double heart matter, if there's such a thing. It's just such a strong... It's such a heartfelt matter for you. It's just such a strong heart basis for this new place for you with the 44. And if we add those up, we have a number 8. So you're in the situation like we had here with the building blocks. You're building yourself back up. Maybe we need to throw a couple of things out because it doesn't work anymore, but then you're going to build yourself back up. And we have the number 8 there also. So it's, again, it speaks about endless possibilities. It's the infinity sign. It's whatever you sent out is coming back. And perhaps whatever you sent out in the past that was coming back wasn't really to your liking. But now when you start to shift that, whatever you're sending out is now coming back to your liking, right? And to not be so judgmental and be so impatient and be a little bit frustrated in the beginning, Aquarius, because when you send out something like the figure 8, when you send out something in the past, you sent out something, and so now that thing that you sent out in the past, energy wise, it's always easier to explain it like as an echo. If you think of it as you're in the mountains and you shout hello, and then you're gonna hear hello coming back to you. And if you then start to shout hi instead, the first thing you might hear is still hello. So you say hi, hello. I was like, what? I didn't say hello. I said hi. But the thing is that the echo is still coming back to you. So it takes a couple of highs, literally, and maybe not literally. I don't judge. Do whatever you want. It takes a couple of highs to send those out before you actually are going to shift from the hello coming back till the hi coming back, if that makes any sense. So don't feel discouraged if you feel like you want to start to see some sort of change, and you're changing things and what comes back is the old shite. It's like, what's wrong? I am really changing things here. Yes, give it another moment or day or 2 or 3 weeks, and you're gonna see this, that the outer is gonna start slowly to be the echo of the now energy. So just keep the faith, keep this quantum leap faith in your head, and know that the wishes that you're sending out now is gonna come into fruition for sure. Okay, I'm actually going to move on. I'm not even going to clarify any one of these. So what else do we have for Aquarius, please? What's with you with all the cards coming out at once? That's your fault. Aquarius. Maybe you want all at once. Getting a little bit impatient. What do we have for Aquarius? Oh my, are you kidding me? Oh, it wasn't that bad. Okay. I just heard take them. So I'm not going to argue. Wow. I can see this. Wow. So beautiful. So we're going to start with this regeneration. Regeneration, that's exactly what you're doing. This is like the Phoenix Rising, the dark night of the soul. It's like a lot of lava there, a lot of burning fire. And there's this tree, there's this branch coming out of this soil, coming out of the earth, the stuff that you've been living through, coming up in a very blue, have very blue inspired branch there, which talks about starting to live your authentic life now. Not anything you've had in the past. Whatever the book said there, that we need to toss that out, that doesn't work anymore. And just start over. This branch coming out from this. I also see whatever sort of didn't work in the past, we're burning it up and starting over. But it's also building a new foundation. We had the beautiful red there, which is talking about, and we've had it a couple of times coming out here, that you're building a new foundation for yourself. You're building yourself back up. And 46 is just so beautiful. We have a completion there again. It's a completion. You're regenerating yourself. We have a completion of the old and coming into the new. Break it down. We have number 4, building a heartfelt matter and building a new foundation, exactly as I said. And the number 6 is all about the connection with your inner being. So that is the breathe. That is where you go to breathe, where you go to meditate, to connect in with nature, to just do whatever things you need to do in order for you to connect in with your inner being. But this branching out, like this coming back from the dead almost, is like a very, I love this card. It's a very telling card. And then we see like on the, so once we've laid this new foundation, whatever sort of didn't work was, yeah, it didn't work, but it also laid a new foundation for you, a strong new foundation, growing up into this most authentic version of yourself. I see from this side is like coming in almost like rain of light. Do you see that? You're so drawn to the light now. It's like if you before maybe were self-sabotaging a bit, maybe we're dealing with the wrong people, we're in the wrong energy a tiny bit. This is you now completely gravitating, do you see that, towards the, we know that from flowers, you know, if we're putting them in the window, the flowers are going to lean towards where the light is. And you have to like switch them around, and then they're going to again lean to where the light is. And so this is you coming back as the phoenix rising, leaning towards the light. You want to choose what's authentic for you now, what's real and what's true for you now. Very, very beautiful. And then we have 32 and 43. So it's not we have the 34 and 44 before. And now we have the 32 to 43. So it's not that jump, but it's still something within the quantum leap thing happening there. We have here and now 32, and we have deep knowing 43. And the here and now is talking about exactly that, not being in the past and thinking what has happened in the past, not being so much in the future and thinking about what's going to come into the future. This is rather just be here now, sit in meditation, be still enough so that you can just feel what your next step is. 32 is talking about, we have a lot of 3. So passion, creativity, joy, fun, celebrations. And then number 2, again, conversation, communication in relationships. Add those up, we have a great opportunity for change here. You're in the smack middle of this opportunity to change things. But in order to do so, we need to be here and now. You just need to focus in on not to go to what didn't work in the past and perhaps what's not going to work in the future, but just be here now and focus on what is working now. What do I have in my life right now that is working? And just focus on that, because that will bring mer, which we say in Swedish. It's more in English, but it's mer in Swedish. And then slang is like mirror. I'm just kidding. If you focus on the here and now and focus on what you have, you're going to create more to have in the future. But if you focus on what you perhaps don't have in the future, once you end up in the future, you're not going to have it, if that makes any sense. So focus on the here and now and what you have. And then the deep knowing. This is just when you're sort of coming into this state. You go from the thinking mind, from the overload. What did I just do? Did I quit my job and I don't have like a fallback? What am I crazy? Like, what's going on here? No, you're not crazy, and you're gonna fully just come into this new place. And when you come into this new place, there's a deep knowing. That's when you start to say, well, do you have any evidence of that? No. Well, I just know. I just know it's going to work out. I just know. I just feel it. I just know. Like when it's no debate for you energy-wise, it's no debate for the universe, and the universe has to deliver it to you. This is when you go from the thinking, overwhelming mind to the just deep, within yourself, with the connection with your inner being, deep knowing. 43 is talking about a completion again with the number 7. It's time to enjoy your cake that you baked over time. It's time to enjoy the rewards. It's time to enjoy your new life. 4, again, heartfelt matter. And 3, creation, passion, celebration. Really beautiful. So overall here we have it's like a complete 180 of your life. You're shifting from the old that doesn't work anymore into the new. And it seems like there's quite the grand shift, quite the quantum leap going on. So this is reminding you over and over again. Sit in meditation, be still, check in with yourself so that you're sort of not only surviving this shift, but actually having fun, feeling content in this shifting in your life. Like it said in the book, there's a blueprint there, and you're going to be so happy that you tossed the old energy out and started to look a little bit more truthfully, more authentically on yourself to figure out how to do this and change it. I'm going to move into the extended and see what else I can find here for you. So if you feel like you're drawn to this reading, like this reading was yours, then you're so welcome to the extended. If not, thank you so much for watching, Aquarius, and I hope to see you back soon. Hope to see you back soon. Bye.